It's happening in every neighborhood.
Who is he? Huh? This is why you really want to leave me.
No, I didn't.
Down every street. Sickness, addiction, and violence has been turning countless homes into crime scenes. Suffering, depressed, alone, suicidal.
Wake up, Hong Kong. The Spirit of God is with you. Do you have problems? We have the solution. And we are starting right now this evening program, Problems and Solutions, with the goal of helping the ones who are desperate and suffering in life. That was the situation of Annie Labrador. We are going to watch her life story testimony, and after that, I will be back with all of you.
We have with us here today Annie Labrador, who is going to be sharing with us how she overcame problems in her past. Annie, thanks for being here today. Please share with us, the audience today, what were the different situations that you were facing? And I know there were many.
Yes, I have a lot of. Before I came, I have a lot of problems. I grew up empty and unloved by my mother. I have an addiction in alcohol for 26 years.
Let me just stop you there quickly. But the unloved by your mother, why did you feel unloved by your mother? What was the situation? Yeah, how was it for you?
Oh, because my mom just only focused on my sister and everything. Just a good thing is also all for my sister, and for me, all that she can see is all the negative.
So it was like a favoritism there.
So the favoritism between us.
So maybe that's why that started to lead you into the other rebelliousness and things that you're about to describe,
Yeah,
right?
I got a grudge on her, and it's grow up until I become a teenager. So that's the reason why I got addicted on alcohol.
How old were you when you started drinking?
I was 13.
That's quite young.
And yeah, I started when I was 13, and I continue until I'm here in Hong Kong already. So in Hong Kong, I still have an addiction, and that caused my being unpleasant in my workplace, that I yell my employer.
You yell at your employer?
Yes, I always yell at her when I was under the alcohol.
Under influence of the alcohol.
Influence of the alcohol.
So that must have been difficult for you and for your employer if you're not getting along in the house, right? And what else? Keep going.
And also, my children got a hepatitis B, and my mother is suffering of the folk illness.
Folk illness, what was that? What does that entail?
It's just like normally that the brains is stop working. So she cannot raise her hand. She have difficulties in walking, and the doctor said that is incurable. And there's a lot of possibility that she will be in bedridden, and her eyes is already watery, and she didn't move. Just steady and didn't move.
Almost like she's paralyzed almost, right?
It's almost her body.
Which would be difficult burden also.
Yeah.
For the family, of course, you love your mom, you want to take care of her, but having to assign someone to take care of her would have been...
Yes, and she almost give up on her life because it's too hard for her even just to sleep. She cannot sleep well, and especially in eating, she get very thin because she cannot eat because her just twisted. It's like in dislocation that
so she couldn't even
her
chew
face
properly.
is already twisted, so she almost give up. That's because they said that she was the burden for us.
So you're facing all these different situations, you had grudges inside, depressed?
Yeah, I was depressed and suicidal as well. The jumping from my workplace is always bombarded in my mind because I have lots of problem. I have addiction. I have betrayal. My husband betrayed me. So after my husband just betrayed me, I also tried to revenge. So I get into wrong relationship also, and I hook up also with the wrong crowd, partying, cigarettes, like every holiday I go out with my friends, just partying, drinking. So
Why would you party, drink? What was the reason behind that?
It's just try to feel my emptiness inside and try to find happiness.
Did it fix the lack of happiness?
Of course not.
It was you felt happy, I guess, at the moment. That's why you did it, right? But it was very temporary, right?
It's very temporary. When I get home, I just start to cry again. And because of that situation, I also got into sinking into debt. Because of my mother medication, my children medication, and my husband took away everything from my home, so I need to start again.
Gosh.
So I have a grudge towards him, and I try to hide my children from him because he's so irresponsible. So I said he doesn't have the right to see my children, and then because of that, my children is also get depressed. So my eldest son, he got rebellious and threatened to kill us. And also my second son become addicted in alcohol and cigarette also. And my youngest son, he diagnosed with aneurysm.
So even more bills again.
Yeah, and I have a lot of problems, so that's why the depression kept deeper and deeper, and I want to kill myself.
That's why you wanted to try to jump.
Yeah, I tried to find because I don't know if there is a solution or something in my problem.
And you had a big amount of debt as well, right?
Yes, and I have $60 debts also.
60,000.
60,000 Hong Kong from the banks and from my employer and many people also.
Not a small amount, especially with the salary that we receive here, right?
Yes.
So is that it? You see, there's a lot of things that you're facing. How did you start to overcome all those problems, all those situations that you were facing?
One day I meet my classmates, and she introduced me the UCKG Help Center, and then I grabbed the opportunity to come. That day I received the counseling. I sit with a counselor, and they give me teaching, and they give me counsel, they give me advice. So from that day, I persevered to keep coming, and then
I guess you kept coming because that guidance obviously
Yes.
was helpful to you, right?
it's helpful. I find help. So I persevered to keep coming, and little by little, life is changing. So I kept coming. I put all the teaching in action. I pray and I fast. I joined the campaign of faith, and every campaign I joined. So, and I received this answer of my problem.
Was there anything, so in respect of your own inner self, did you have to let go of anything? Like what actions did you take? Because you explained about the spiritual side, but what did you take in action-wise yourself?
Everything that the advice, I just put it in action, like pour out all the grudge inside of my heart, just forgive my mom, and
Was that easy?
it's not easy, really. It's not easy because when I was young, it's that already there, and it's not easy for me to let go of my past. But I put it, so that's why I joined the campaign to receive that, because I focus on my deliverance first, because I cannot help someone if I'm full of problems.
Yeah.
So I focus on my deliverance. I keep coming on I keep coming and
To the
receiving
special
the
meetings,
advice.
yeah.
Yeah, so I put in action. I try to
You worked on yourself first,
work.
basically, right?
I try to work on myself first.
Sure.
Until I get delivered from my addiction,
Mhm.
so that I can speak to my son about his addiction.
Because of course, if you're addicted, how can you talk to your son about
Yes,
addiction?
yes.
Sure. Okay.
And then I talk to my mom, and then we forgive each other. So my husband, I call my husband as well to forgive him and his mistress. And I start to speak blessing for them. And I talk to my son, and now my son is not depressed. So that he's not rebellious anymore. And my second son is free from addiction also. And my husband, they are prosper. So all of my children is with him, and my mother is healed from the illness. And we have that good communication already.
Wonderful. No more grudges against her anymore.
Yes. And my finances is gradually changed. My mom is look after my bakery. And beside my bakery, I because my children is not depending to me anymore, so I start invest in 5 residential lots.
Nice.
And I have flower garden for sale.
So, and your the sicknesses and everything everybody was facing, like your sons as well, was facing a sickness. They're completely healed as well. Yeah.
And my son that is diagnosed with aneurysm. That doctor asked me to prepare 100,000 pesos for the surgery of his brain, but it didn't happen. And he said that he needs to stay for 2 weeks for further observation.
Sure.
But he only stayed for 3 days in ICU and he get discharged.
And he's okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and it's okay. I found the help in health center.
So today, who are you today? How are you today inside?
Today, I'm happy. I have peace and I have joy inside of me, and I get all of this in health center.
It's
in
wonderful.
Hong Kong Health Center.
Yeah, and you can see the change before and
Yes.
after. So many changes.
Yes.
So you heard it here. You saw the solutions she found to her problems. Thanks for joining us today, Annie. And thanks for being with us.
I'm not leaving this hospital until I know what's wrong with my daughter.
You want out? That's fine with me!
Wonderful testimony. Do you know, I would like to comment with you the following. Nobody will wake up in the morning and say, I will have a horrible day. Everybody has great expectations in life. But we know that problems are unavoidable. In the case of Annie, she was trying her very best to be a good person and be happy. But unfortunately, many things went wrong in her life. She was rejected by the family. She was a person who failed in her marriage. And she was having a hard time emotionally, spiritually, without peace of mind. That was the situation of a person whose name is very famous, a biblical character named Job. Let me read this Bible verse for you. I have no peace, no quietness, I have no rest, only trouble comes. Job 3 verse 26. There are many people in life that are honest. They deal with their neighbors in a good way. They don't want to deceive or harm anybody. But even so, things are not doing well in their lives. And they make this question, why things are not going well in my life if I am a good person? I have a religion. I believe in God. I am sick. I have a void inside of me. People reject me. They bully me. That was the situation of Annie Labrador. Because she was trying to be a good person, but her life was broken. She was waiting for peace, but only troubles came to her life. And maybe this is the situation of your life as well. You have been faithful to your spouse, but your spouse is not faithful to you. You work hard, trying your very best to serve your employer or boss, but your boss or employer mistreats you. You deal with other people in a honest way. If you borrow money, you pay them back. But your friends borrowed money from you and they never paid you back. And the question that you have in your mind, was I born to suffer? You were not born to suffer. Destiny doesn't exist. You write the story of your own life because God gives the pain to you. But if you have been suffering like this and you cannot find the root of the suffering, we suggest you to follow the steps of Job and also any Labrador, because both of them were in trouble until the time they came to God's throne, the altar where they found solution. The problem they were facing, there were so many, but God's power was greater, and God put an end to all those problems. So the only thing that God requires is faith. What is faith? Pananampalataya. Is for you to believe that God will do in your life what He has promised in the Bible. You cannot see Him physically speaking, but you approach Him with faith. And when you ask God for help, telling Him, I have only troubles in my life. I don't know what to do. So many debts, depression, addictions. I have a void inside of me, suicidal thoughts. I'm lost, I'm down. But I need your help. You can be sure God will hear and answer your prayer. He will lift you up and give you strength to have a new life. Do not lose hope. Maybe your life is broken right now, but God can restore it. The same way He did with Annie Labrador. And now she's a happy woman, and her children are happy as well. All of them following Jesus, free from addiction, together with the mother. They are a happy family, and now they have peace. Peace is a gift of God. When you seek Him, He can give you peace and much more. We are going to prepare ourselves for the moment of the prayer. I would like you to prepare your bottle or glass of water for this special moment. I have my glass of water right here. And I want to minister the blessing and the peace of God upon your life and family. My Lord, in this moment, I am sure amongst the people that are connected with us through this program, there are people that are full of troubles. They are waiting for peace, but only trouble comes. They need rest, but rest never comes. Maybe they have been under evil oppression, curse, been victims of witchcraft or spiritual attacks. Rebuke all evil from their lives and change their lives, O Lord, completely, giving them peace, restoration, and rest. When they drink of the holy water that we present to you in prayer, let the spirit of peace come upon them. They will not lose hope, but they will find new strength in you, and you will guide them in direction of a bright future, and they will be happy. Bless all the ones who are praying with us, including their family members. Give them peace, rest, and also salvation. We bless the water in the life of everyone in Jesus' name. Let's drink the water, everyone, together. Amen. We believe you are blessed. If you are having many troubles, you don't know what to do, you can contact us via WhatsApp. Explain about your situation or problems. We are going to reply to you. Our UCKD Help Center in Hong Kong, Kowloon, is open every day. We are here in Sheng Shawan, next to the MTR Exit B, and you can come to visit us personally. We are going to sit down with you and help you. We are coming to the end of this program, but tomorrow we will be back again at the same time, at the same station, with this program, Problems and Solutions. Have a good night, everyone.
I'm not leaving this hospital until I know what's wrong with my daughter.
You want out. That's fine with me.